So yeah, hey guys. Uh I just saw Stranger Things Volume 2 trailer on YouTube, of course. Let me tell you, pretty it's getting good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're hinting at that there's more to the upside down than we know. So they're going to add more to it, and maybe there's another dimension. I mean, I don't know if it goes into multiple worlds, because it seems like if you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm talking about, that Max and the other one um travel through a door, and then of course they use 8 with the psychic powers who can enter into your mind and show you your greatest fears. They show her team up with 11 to fight Vecna, and of course Mike has his powers. From the way Volume 2 trailer was showing everything, I was afraid what's his name? Will's mom, Miss Byer. I'm afraid Joyce is gonna die. I'm afraid from what they're showing that someone's gonna die. Obviously, I think a lot of characters might die in this one. Of course, they're gonna end it on a cliffhanger where they're like all these characters are about to do something, and then they you think they end it, and then they have to wait till New Year's Day to see part 3. And they do hint at it at that someone's gonna die because what's his name? Dustin and oh god, I forgot his name. Sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but I see his face. Henderson. No, that's Henderson and Harrington. Steve and oh god, I just said his name. Not Lucas. Mike. Will. Oh my goodness, I just blanked on his name. I just said his name and I forgot. Henderson's his last name, but I forgot his first name just now. Steve Harrington. That starts with an H too. Anyway, so Steve and Henderson, I'm going to call him, because again, I can't believe I'm blanking on his first name. Anyway, so I know those two looked at each other and said they're going to die, or something about to the death or dying. I'm like, okay, so are they hinting they're going to die? Now, this is my, of course, opinion, but I don't like this modern feminism. I don't like it because it shows Nancy on top of the truck shooting, and she's like the best shooter ever, and she doesn't. And of course, she has plot armor, main character armor, because all the villains, the bad guys, the army, or the whatever they are, the military, they're shooting at them, but they don't hit Nancy once. They have stormtrooper aim on top of that. And so stormtrooper aim, and they're missing her, but she's able to instantly hit and get everyone. It seems like that. Her aim is always perfect and theirs isn't. Anyway, so that's my complaint. Still curious about what Vecna's big fear is, because it does show Vecna had a fear, or it hints at it in the first one, in part 1. So 8 can easily exploit that, and we get to see what that fear is. They do show somewhat of a mind flare looking thing, so maybe when Vecna, when he went to the Upside Down, everything was peaceful, it seemed, until he put his intentions into the mind flare, into that big floating foggy thing, and then when he possessed it, it became the mind flare, and it shows somewhat of the mind flare, the hive mind, that Steve Harrington and Henderson are going to fight, and Nancy's there. I don't know, and what else? Of course, Will has powers now. What bothers me though, because I do watch other people's reactions on YouTube. What bothers me is people see season 5, episode 1 of the first volume, right? And they completely disregard, they completely don't even mention what they're looking at. Because when you see volume or season 5 of Stranger Things, the first opening is of Castle Byers in the Upside Down, which everyone recognizes. But what they don't get is that scene they're showing, if you rewatch Stranger Things, is volume 1, episode, I can't remember if it was like episode 4 or 5, but it's one of the episodes in volume 1 of Stranger Things where Will, as a kid, is hiding in the fort, and then in volume 1 all you see is screen turns to black, but all you know is there's a Demogorgon outside the fort moving, stalking, and then you see the wall. You see a wall, the fort of Will Byers' fort. It breaks and it cuts to black, and that's in volume 1. I can't remember which episode though. If it was like maybe 4 or 5, someone correct me if you remember that episode from volume 1. But anyway, whichever episode it was in volume 1, in season 1, I say volume. Anyway, in season 1, whichever episode that was, please comment down below, because I'm telling you, people who are reacting don't remember that. And I'm commenting in my, I react to their reaction, and I'm thinking that it seems like they think it's a new scene. It's like they can't remember. So, that's not a new scene. That happened in season 1. And of course, when you first see the Stranger Things and you see that episode, it just cuts to black. You hear something broke through Castle Byers and just cuts to black. You don't know what happens. Well, I like how it continues the story. And I didn't know he had a shotgun. All of a sudden he grabs a shotgun and starts shooting at the thing and runs. Also, real quick, with Stranger Things season 5, first part of the first episode, when Vecna puts that little, whatever thing in his mouth, is the tube, and it starts feeding him the Demogorgon or the Mind Flare into him, I was thinking, rewatching that scene, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't his stomach explode? Because if you fill up your feet, it's like a feeding tube, right? You put something in, force feed someone, eventually your stomach's going to expand so much it's going to explode. So it would have been better, and it seemed like it was going on the whole time, because once Hopper and Joyce showed up to free him, they pulled that out of his mouth. I was like, that was, I don't know how long that was going on for, but his stomach would have been expanded and exploded. And anyway, I just thought it didn't need to put that much into him, just enough, and then it comes out of him, and Vecna just keeps Will in there in that cocoon state. Also thinking, I guess that was the only human that ever got through to the Upside Down, and that's why Vecna decided to use Will as a host, I guess. Must have been boring for Vecna just staying in the Upside Down, because if no one ever, unless Vecna found a way to, break through our world, and that's why Will somehow got sucked up in the first, season 1 of volume 1. Will's hiding in the, fort, or in the, in the shed, and then the light bulbs flickering, and then he disappears. So anyway, so Vecna somehow found a way to open portals and got Will. Also, another funny thing is, why is it that this small town Hawkins is the only place that Vecna cares to focus on? Because this is in regards to the previous volume or previous season, season 4, when Vecna had to kill 5 people, was it, in order to open a portal to our world? Why did he have to choose people from Hawkins? He could have chosen one person from Russia, kill him off, one person from China, kill him off, one person from America, another from Canada, and the 5th person from Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, even another person from Australia. Just choose random people secluded around the world, off him, so he can then have his, I've got rid of my 5 people, now I can open a world to, open a portal to the Upside Down in our world. So you think about it, why couldn't he have chosen random people? It had to be 5 people in Hawkins, that small little town in Indiana. I'm just saying. But, story has to story. It has to happen like that so we can have a story. Because it'd be crazy if it's a character from in China and then another character's in Mexico and they just die off. No one would know about it. Vecna would have shown up. No one would be there to stop him. So, of course, it has to happen in a small town in Indiana. Just like the Harry Potter series, which, by the way, I do have over here on my bookshelf. Seen all the movies, read all the books, of course. But just like Harry Potter, it's always those 3. Ron, Harry, and Hermione. And Voldemort is every year trying to has a scheme to kill Harry. This one guy, he needs to find a hobby. Or Voldemort needs to just, instead of pursuing one character, Harry, I know he's upset that, the killing curse of Avada Kedavra didn't work, and he hurt my ego, I couldn't kill this little baby, whatever. Voldemort could spend more time building his army and then doing a sneak attack. Just spend all his time, recovering, strengthening, getting stronger, finding a whole bunch of people secretly, just building an army, and then do a surprise attack. But anyway, so I'm going off the rails, talking about Stranger Things, Harry Potter. But anyway, so tell me what you guys think down below. Help me to remember what Henderson's first name was. I just said it. Oh, Dustin. Oh my goodness. Now I remember. You know how I remember? Because I was thinking of Stranger Things and what his girlfriend called him, Dusty Bun. Susan, right? Susie calls her boyfriend Dusty Bun Dusty. It's like, Dustin. Okay, see? Anyway, so hope you guys like my rants. You can still comment down below and what your thoughts are on Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 2 trailer, because it is out. Alright, talk to you guys later.